So today we're back with my sycamore. Just to clarify, this is a British sycamore, which is known as a Sycamore Maple in North America. And its proper name is Acer Platanus. So this is not the American Sycamore Platanus occidentalis. But anyway, as you can see, it was growing strong, and because of that I defoliated it. The leaves are large and the growth is generally thick and coarse. And this is why it's not favoured as bonsai, especially when you compare it to other Acer relatives. The Japanese have spent hundreds of years testing and trying which Acers are best suited for bonsai, and well, there's a reason why this variation hasn't made it. But I don't really care. I will still try and make something of it, and if I have to put a bit more work in, like doing constant trimming and defoliation to get the leaf size down, that's fine with me. So here's the cut I made when the tree was dug up and it was like 8 feet tall. As you can see, the internodes are far apart, which isn't ideal. And here there's pretty much 4 shoots coming from the same spot, which needs to be reduced down to 2. It's already thick enough without adding inverse taper into the mix. By midsummer it actually looks okay. Sort of one-sided, but I think I can actually end up with something okay in a few years' time. I've wired down this branch. Well, more made a makeshift guy wire. It looks kind of weird, but this branch will be cut back and it should look okay. Basically a sort of first branch. In autumn it turned colour. I like the colour. It's kind of patchy and sort of camo-like. Nothing like some of the Acers, which again is probably why it's not favoured for bonsai, but I still like it. Without the leaves you can see what I've done to the first branch. It looks like it bends far too down, but just look at the first few inches coming out of the trunk. That's the important part. In time it will look right. By February the buds start to swell, and again you can see there horrible thick growth, so many buds in such a small area. This whole section really needs to go. I trimmed the whole tree back. Some areas seem more drastic than others. I used to have this in quite a large pot when I was in London. This time last year I pulled it out and cut it back and forced it into this little pot. It was the only way I could keep it, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to ship it over. My plan for this year was to put it back into the biggest pot I could find, but I don't think I can afford the space. So I've got this training pot and I'm going to use it. It should be large enough. You can see it's slightly bigger. Mainly the same depth, just wider. Not what I planned, but it should do. It came out easily. I already know the roots are not great, but so far they seem quite fine and not too root bound. The mesh at the bottom was easily removed. It wasn't all matted like some other trees. So I got to raking. And then as I wanted to see what was actually going on, I needed to wash the roots. So quite the mess, but not as thick and out of control as it could have been. So the new pot is ready. I was able to reuse the drainage screen from the old pot. And here's the roots now. Pretty drastic trimming. You can see here 3 or 4 inches where the roots are coming out. It's not one root plane. The main roots seem to be at the top and bottom. I pretty much want to try and get the upper roots to be the main plane, but I didn't quite want to cut off the whole 3 or 4 inches there at the bottom just yet. So we'll see what happens, but we'll have to slowly remove parts of this over the next few years. Here it is repotted. I'd say this pot is probably the perfect size actually. There's plenty of room for roots, and I'll be doing this again next year anyway, so for now it'll be treated as the same as last year. Allowed to grow strong and healthy and kept in check every now and again. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Ebola, Ebola eater. Don't touch your friend. No touching. No eating something dangerous.